watching Numbskull News. I'd like to welcome everybody here, including all you TikTok refugees missing all your dog and cat videos and all that BS. Hopefully you like some college football. Well, here we go. We are talking about some changes to the CFP, mostly in 2026. Not much is going to change for 2025. As usual, the Big Ten and the SEC are being, pricks. And of course, we're going to talk about seeding. Oh, that's right. Of course, the Big Ten and the SEC have a problem with that. As this article from The Athletic points out, the topic likely to gain the most traction for immediate change is seeding format, which created a bracket that gave Boise State, the Mountain West champion that finished 9th in the CFP committee's final rankings, the 3rd seed in the first round bye, and the 12th ranked Arizona State, the Big 12 winner, the 4th seed, and a bye. The trickle-down seeding effect resulted in the number 1 Oregon facing Ohio State, the winner of the number 8 versus number 9 first round game against Tennessee. First off, this trickle-down effect, that's bullshit. But that little playoff effect they were talking about, that wasn't the case. I'm sorry. Ohio State being the 8th seed is not because of Boise State. Oh, they took Ohio State's spot. Bullshit. Look, Ohio State don't lose to Michigan. That's where that came about. That's why they had to face Oregon in the second round. And if Ohio State doesn't lose that game, they're playing Oregon in the Big Ten championship, which means they wouldn't be the 8th seed. All right, Penn State got that spot. So look at they're the 6th seed. So basically you would switch Penn State and Ohio State. That's what would have happened. And you would have got, more than likely, you would have got the Ohio State versus Notre Dame matchup 1 round earlier. That's what happens. This talk about, it's because of Boise State. Bullshit. That's some lazy crap. That should have been written by the New York Times. That's how bad that is. But, here's what people are saying, right? This should be the final playoff ranking. Right? And look how it is. That's how the seeding should match up, right? You got Oregon 1, Georgia 2, Texas 3, Penn State 4. There's your 4 byes, right? Well, that's fine, because guess what? Everybody who had a bye week, everybody lost. So if you want to do that shit, you may want to rethink that. Ask Oregon about that. Ask Georgia about that. Having a bye week kind of sucked. But this is what they're fighting. They want all the bye weeks. They want all their teams in. Kick everybody else down. Because remember, this is the top 12, not the playoff seeding. Okay. This was the playoff seeding right here. But if you look here, where's Clemson? No Clemson. Oh, wait a minute. There's Alabama. You see what happens? This is the one they want. Why? Because oh, there's Clemson, number 16. But this is week 14. This is before the championship games. Are we going to include the conference championship games? Because if not, Notre Dame's got the 4 spot. Oh, well, they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that at all. No, they want their cake and eat it too. That's 1 ACC. That's 1 Big 12. Way down towards the bottom. They'll put Alabama at number 11. They'll shame them a little bit for being 9-3. Essentially, screw everybody else, right? Screw everybody else. Oh, we're still going to let Boise State come in, but they're going to get the 9th seed. Yeah, that's the whole problem with these elitist assholes. It really is. They don't give two randy shits about any other fan base except for their own. And I understand Big Ten and SEC commissioners. That's their job to look after their teams and their fan bases. Totally get it. But you can't screw everybody. In the CFP age, what's the point? What is the point of a conference championship game? you have to give it some kind of importance. So the winner gets that automatic qualifier into the CFP. That's the level of importance, right? But it has to be seeding as well. I'm sorry. The 4 highest seeded conference champions. And what does that mean? That means only 1 bye week per conference. And with there only being 4, well, that means the Big 12 and the ACC better really step up. Or what happens this year? One of them gets replaced by Boise State. That's what happens. Personally, I think you should replace the CFP committee with a point system. That would alleviate some problems. That way it's not people's opinion about shit, but it's what you actually earn on the field. That's what gets you. That's what drives you. It drives your success and drives your seed. You know, that you couldn't argue the point at that point. The Big Ten and the SEC trying to get more than they actually deserve. Look, I'm good with every year multiple Big Ten teams, multiple SEC teams getting into the playoff. It's kind of natural. It's kind of, they're great conferences. They get a lot of big time eyeballs. They got all the biggest names. I get it. All the biggest brands. I get it. And I'm fine with it. But how much overreach is going to be allowed? At some point, it's got to get shut off. And I know that 2026 and beyond, the rest of the conferences gave them way too much stroke, way too much power. They get most of the say. And even though that's what's agreed to, if there's so much overreach by them where it just barely gives anybody anything other than them, then you got to cut it off. You got to say, no. We're not going to participate in that. That's bullshit. And if we got to take you to court, look, if you want to break away, you want to try to break away from everybody else, Big Ten and SEC, you know, if that's their constant refrain, their constant warning, beware, we'll break away. Fucking do it. Do it. Because it's not just about football you're breaking away from. Say goodbye to the NCAA tournament. We'll do our own tournament. You won't make dick for money because you don't got the brands of basketball to have that. Sorry. But you don't have the brand value in basketball to break away there. But trust me, everybody else needs to break your ass away if you want to break away. No, break away from everything. Basketball, baseball. Name a sport. Maybe hockey, the Big Ten can't break away, but whatever. The rest of them, oh yeah. Break their ass away from everything. The SEC and Big Ten, no NCAA, anything for you. All gone. All sports. You can play all your sports, but just you two. No nationals in wrestling, no nationals in track and field, none of that shit. It's all gone. Bye-bye. You threaten that, they're not going to move. That's just too much to lose for those two. So you see, they're not the only ones with leverage in this bitch. Hopefully, your Mark Phillips, Navarro, all these other commissioners on the G5 level, Notre Dame's people, however the hell you pronounce his name, I'm not even going to try. It's crazy. But you got to grow some balls and stand up to these guys, or they're going to walk the hell all over everybody. And like I said, the seeding, you might not think that's a big deal. To me, seeding is a huge deal. It's a huge deal. When you're talking, now, if we go to 16 teams and there's no bye weeks, then have all the seeding you want. I don't give a shit. Don't care. Another thing that can change. There's been some pissing and moaning about another thing about the second round and the third round. as far as it being neutral site bowl games. Now, look, I know in the NFL, all through the playoffs, even the AFC and NFC championship games, that's a team's home game, right? Whoever the highest seed is gets the home game. The only neutral site game is the actual Super Bowl. And you know why this Super Bowl is a neutral site game? That way there's no advantage. At least they could try to mitigate it as much as possible, where it's just the two best teams, the two best game plans, the two best coaches going at it. And what's different about college than football? Football home games are a big deal. It's kind of a big deal, I should say. Kind of a big deal. In college, a home game is huge. That's a monster advantage for the home team. It's a monster disadvantage for the away team, the visiting team. Just look at the CFP this year. Everyone's, the first round is a ringing success. Is it? When every road team loses? No one goes on the road to win? I mean, how is that a success? Yet, all the teams with byes lost, so that's a big failure. But all the road teams losing in the first round, streaming success, huge success. Now think about who the home teams were. The home teams. Texas, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Penn State. That's why it was a huge success, people. That's the only reason it was. They can eliminate the trash, surely. Your Indianas, bleh. Your SMUs, bleh. Get them out of there. That's why that was a success. But the second round, complete failure. Complete failure. Why? Because the Big 12 had the audacity to be there. The Mountain West champ, future Pac-12 team, Boise State, had the audacity to be there. You see what I'm saying? That's some bullshit. I'm not a fan at all of any team getting a home game in the playoffs in college football. It's ridiculous and stupid. It's just such a huge monster advantage. It's such an uphill climb for a road team to be able to make that. So I am pro neutral site as much as I would love the first round to be neutral site. Screw that home game bullshit. I'm sorry. That's where I'm at. I want both sides to have as much of an equal shot as possible of winning. So yeah, give me the neutral site in every CFP game. And if you got such a problem with bye weeks and all that seeding, make it 16 teams. No byes. Seeding doesn't really matter. Make everything a neutral site game, even the first round. And guess what? Kiss my ass. All right, kiss my ass. No more excuses. In my position, as far as how many automatic qualifiers should the Big Ten and the SEC get? 3, 4? I don't care as long as the Big 12 gets 2. Just give me 2. Utah, give me 2. Give me 2. If the Big 12 gets 2 automatic qualifiers, I don't give 2 flaming hot shits what the SEC gets or what the Big Ten gets. Really don't. Really don't. If it's a 14-team thing and they get 3 each and we get 2, fine. Do that shit. That's fine with me. I prefer 16 if we're going to do it like that. I think that's the perfect way to fix everything. Go to 16. Give the freaking Big Ten 4 automatic qualifiers. Give the SEC 4 automatic qualifiers. Make it official. That way, poor little Alabama doesn't get left out again. Oh, it's so cold out here. We only got, a small fire. Huh? Kiss my ass. But But you look, if you want it, take it. That's fine. Give me 2. Give the Big 12 2. And it's all good. And it's all good. That's my... I've maintained that the whole time, and I maintain it now. Give me 2. Utah, give me 2. But whatever happens, beware of the overreach. It's coming. The Big Ten and the SEC, it's like the government. It's like the Republicans and Democrats. They're going to take and take and take until you smack that hand. Don't be afraid to use your leverage. If they want to break away, let them break away. And then you break them away from every other sport. And then after you do that, then sue the shit out of them. Do that. Sick your politicians on them. There's plenty of politicians from Big 12 states, ACC states, that went to those schools, plus G5. You know, give them a lawfare enema. I mean, do that shit. Anyway, thanks for watching this crap, and I'll be back with some more crap later. Bye.